Hi guys, it's me, Goldfish Pro. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a tutorial on how to use the Expo. So the point of an Expo deck is to cycle really quickly to the Expo while defending it at the same time. So then your Expo can shoot the tower and all your other troops can defend. Plus you can cycle your Expo over and over so then your opponent won't have the adequate counter for your cards. So I'm going to jump into one replay to show you guys how it's done. So when you guys are creating your Expo deck, you're going to want to think about a few components in your deck. First of all, you'll need the Expo because that's the basis of the deck. That's kind of obvious, but just wanted to point it out in case you forget to put it in your deck. So next, you're going to need a tank card such as the Giant Skeleton or the Ice Golem or even the Knight. The purpose of the tank is to help defend your Expo and to stop your opponent's other troops from getting to your Expo. So right here, the Ice Golem is used to help slow down his troops and to do some damage at the end. It's really good against Minion Horde or like Skeleton Army, which will allow me to use Zap on the Minion Horde or even take out the Skeleton Army in one shot. So another thing you'll want is a card with multiple troops in it, such as the Skeleton Army or the Guards. This card is used to help defend the Expo as well. This card can be used to take out cards such as the Prince, the Mini P.E.K.K.A., the Giant Skeleton, the Giant. It has many uses, but anyways, you're going to need that to help distract your opponent's troops for the Expo. So pretty much everything in your deck is centered to help the Expo with support. And then something else you're going to need is a high damage per second card. These cards include Mega Minion, Prince, Mini P.E.K.K.A., Musketeer, anything that does quite a bit of damage and attacks relatively quickly. If they don't attack too fast, that's okay, such as like the Valkyrie. The Valkyrie can act as a tank, it can splash, and it does pretty good amount of damage. So you're going to need a high damage per second card. So another thing you're going to need is a defense. This card is essential for Expo decks. In some decks you can either use the Cannon, in other decks you can use the Inferno Tower. So the Inferno Tower and the Cannon have strengths and weaknesses. So for the Cannon, it's good because it only costs 3 elixir and it'll help you with your cycle. The Inferno Tower costs 2 more elixir, but it has much more hit points and it can do a lot more damage than the Cannon. So it really depends on what other cards in your deck. In this deck, I just wanted to make it a really fast cycle deck, so I decided to use Cannon and not Inferno because it costs a bit more elixir, and I think I can work without the Inferno Tower. So yeah, you guys are welcome to use either one. You can test it out and see which one you like more, but I'm using the Cannon. So another thing you'll need is a spell. So this card is essential. You could use a Rocket, a Zap, Fireball. In this deck, I don't have any Rocket or like heavy direct damage, mostly because I'm pretty sure I can take out his tower without using spells. But if I do need to take it out with a spell, I most likely won't be able to finish off the game at all. Most likely end up in a tie. But you guys are welcome to use cards such as the Rocket or the Fireball. This card is used in the end game or in tough situations where your opponent has many cards on the field, but you aren't quite able to defend it with the cards that you have that are troops. So you guys should have 1 or 2 spells, at least one. Next thing you'll need is a splash card. In this deck, I'm using the Zap, the Valkyrie, and Fire Spirits. Oh, and also the Golem, Ice Golem, because it splashes a bit at the end. And anyways, the splash card is to help destroy Minion Hordes, Barbarians, Skeleton Armies, pretty much anything that has multiple troops. You guys know what splash units are for. Anyways, you guys are going to need that in your deck. So that's pretty much what you'll need in your Expo decks. Moving on to how you use the Expo deck. So you should only place the Expo card when you have an adequate amount of troops to support it. For example, if I have 10 elixir and I have the Expo in my hand, the Ice Golem, and the Mega Minion. Say I have this hand right here. I would use my Ice Golem near a little bit closer to the front of the King Tower, like right here. This is because it takes a long time to get to the front, and it only costs 2 elixir. So by the time it gets to the Expo, it might not be very useful. So the Ice Golem is very good in front of the Expo because it can help slow down troops, allowing the Expo to get more shots. Plus, it can act as a splash if they have a Skeleton Army or something like that. So you're gonna want to use the Expo, so it's really close to the tower. Well, it's really close to not being able to shoot the tower, but it's able to. So like at the very edge of the tower. The reason being is so it'll be harder for your opponent to get to your Expo. A lot of people make the mistake of putting it all the way forward, so then your opponent can get to the Expo much more quickly. So yeah, that's pretty much how you use the Expo deck and what you're trying to do with it and when to use certain cards. So yeah, in this battle I really needed to have some more air coverage because he's running a Lava Hound and Baby Dragon plus Mega Minion, so that's quite a bit to deal with only the Zap, Fire Spirits, and Mega Minion. So I recommend that you guys use more air coverage than I do in this deck because a lot of people are using Lava Hound right now, and then this deck is not very good to Lava Hound, so that's just something you'll need to consider. I forgot to include that you should have some air coverage as well. So yeah, it's pretty much everything you need in your deck. So let's just finish off this replay, and then that'll be it for this video. So right here, his Lava Hound and Mega Minion are coming in, and we're going to try and take out his Mega Minion with our Fire Spirits, and then finish it off with our Mega Minion. Unfortunately, our Mega Minion is going to target onto his Lava Hound, and his Mega Minion is still going to be alive. He's going to use his Skeleton Army. We're going to zap, but unfortunately, our tower is going to lock onto the Lava Pups, and his Mega Minion is going to do some massive damage, taking out our tower. So yeah, that's not a good example of the Expo. You guys should use more air coverage, and yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.